Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. And welcome to another end of year best skincare of 2023 James Welsh Awards. I'm going to be including a few new categories today, including body care, we have fragrance, deodorant, hair, tools, masks, LED mask particular, beard, and also the best brand to work with as an influencer. Let's get into the first new category and a sponsored category, just this one, the best brand discovery of 2023. And this segment is sponsored by Beekman's 1802. Now bear in mind, I could have included this brand in any video I wanted at any time. It didn't have to be this one, but I wanted to include it because I've been using their products for a little while now, and I have a lot of their products now, but I'm only going to be talking about two today. And I'll be honest, I had never heard of Beekman's, like at all, until I was doing some research on goat milk, and Beekman's came up and I was like, I really recognize this brand. Check my PR pile, I had products from them. I cracked out two of their products and instantly fell in love. You will see why. Beekman has a really cute story of their founders and kind of like the reason why goat milk is so integrated in all their products. The founders of this brand back in the day took in a struggling farmer along with his 100 goats and started, and to help, it's so cute, and to help him, they started making goat milk cosmetics and realized how much it helped like their really sensitive hands. And that's because we know goat's milk is full of goodness, probiotics. We have some lactic acid in there, along with all the essential fatty acids that our skin craves and needs. All targeting the main things I like to target for my skin: redness, irritation, dryness, and fine lines. I would say I love these two products, but this one is my favorite. This one is their milkshake. So this is the milkshake. I was using a mini. I thought they'd only sent me a mini one, but they sent me a full size as well. So this is a dual action mist. So we have an emollient-rich phase here that helps lock in all the hydration from the purifying toner phase here. And of course, as the name suggests, you shake it. The toning phase contains an ingredient that I haven't used for years, but loved, and only moved on from because I have to review other things, but that's mugwort. Known for its healing properties, being able to soothe irritated skin, calm redness and irritation. Look how quickly it goes back to its dual phase. Of course, we have hyaluronic acid in here to help hydrate the skin, and goat's milk, of course, help balance the skin and moisturize. The treatment contains jojoba oil, which is going to help kind of lock in all that hydration, help moisturize, whilst plant-derived squalane is going to prevent transepidermal water loss. So it's just so nice. And when you hear jojoba and squalane, we know that they're not greasy, they're not oily. You think it's gonna be thick, but it's not. You mix it and it comes out in this super light mist that's just lightweight and refreshing, fragrance-free, I believe. Then the Milk Drops Ceramide Serum. Everything I want in a serum. You know, as someone with rosacea, I'm all about improving my skin barrier. It's a probiotic goat milk serum filled with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, squalane, and plant enzymes. Everyone, listen, this is such a nice, lightweight, creamy, I guess milky is the way to describe it, serum. Obviously, ceramides is going to help replenish the skin barrier. We have hyaluronic acid to hydrate and squalane to kind of lock that all in. But we also have so many soothing ingredients like willow bark extract, cucumber, aloe leaf juice, one of my absolute favorites, along with some natural AHAs for a super gentle exfoliation. This is like an everyday use serum. And it leaves you glowy and dewy and hydrated. And you mix these two together and your skin looks so nice. It just looks nice. I know it's a crap word, but it looks so nice and dewy. And it's incredibly calming as well. This is the last brand that I trialed this year. I'm now going into like next year's products, but this is a brand you're going to be seeing outside of this sponsorship. This is a brand whose products I've got a lot of now in my bathroom. I'm excited to try more, and you're going to be seeing, especially these two, a lot more throughout my content. Okay, let's move on to the best products I've used this year. Let's start off with the first cleanse. I feel like there's going to be some surprises in this video because I've used these products a lot more than I think I made it look like. And as I mentioned, I'm usually months behind with the content, with the products you see in my videos versus what I'm actually currently using. So these are the products you're probably going to be seeing a lot of next year. Starting off with my favorite first cleansing step, and this has to be the cream cleanser from Skin Rocks. This is such a gentle cream cleanser that just feels like you're rubbing like a nourishing moisturizer, a moisturizing moisturizer around your skin, and it just so happens to be lifting off makeup, layers of sunscreen so effortlessly. but so non-intrusively as well. This is perfect if you have very dry skin, if your skin's very easily irritated, if you're oily, congested. You can use this as both cleansing stages, and it just does such a good job without making your skin feel stripped of anything whatsoever. And that's probably down to ingredients like the amino acids, jojoba seed oil, squalane. That just gives your skin this like finished, soft look and touch to it. Absolutely love this. This is one of those cleansers. If I'm going away, I'll take this one because it's a 2-in-1. And one thing I love about Skin Rocks is not only do they have like the amount that you should be using, this is an empty actually, on top of the product, but every product comes in a fragrance and a fragrance-free version of their product. So you get to enjoy a sensorial experience along with just amazingly good products. The second cleanse is a cleanser that to me just came out of nowhere. And I think everybody in the skincare community absolutely loves this for a few reasons. This is Prequel's Glenser. This is a non-drying glycerin cleanser. This has 50% glycerin in, and you can feel it, like it's thick. It's thick and gooey and almost like if slime and water had a baby, like it's kind of like this like slimy yet watery hydrating feeling texture. This also contains aloe vera, so really soothing for the skin, and arginine as well, so like amino acids for a real moisturized feeling. This is so nice. It's $18 for 400 milliliters. It's huge. It's huge. And when I say you need half a pump, you need half a pump. Otherwise, you are going to drown in the product. Like it spreads on so amazingly, spreads so much with the tiniest amount. And even that tiny amount foams up like crazy in this soft lather that just feels like it's like cushioning your skin. It's the nicest cleanser I think I've ever used. And again, you can use this as a first or second cleanse. I've not tried it with makeup or sunscreen, to be honest with you, so this is why it's purely my second cleanse. But this is also a cleanser you can take into the shower and use it on those drier bits of skin. In winter, my shins, the back of my arms, for some reason, get really dry. Like I walk around in shorts and a t-shirt in winter or something. But yes, it's just a product you want to use. And I often think people overlook the cleanser stage as something to just get quickly done and over with. But this really puts the joy back into using a cleanser. And even though cleansers nowadays shouldn't be stripping your skin anyway, it's not the 90s, this really doesn't do it. This makes it feel like you've used a light moisturizer. It's that nourishing. I love it so much. I am so excited. I'm using so much Prequel right now. I'm using their spray. I can't even remember what it is, but I'm using it. I'm so excited by what Prequel are going to launch next year. Okay, let's move on to the exfoliant. And this is one you may not have seen that much on my channel again, but I've been using it religiously for the last 4 or 5 months, and it is Slurp Laboratories Decalt. This is a liquid cream polish. They call it an acidic decongestant focused on treating chronic congestion, blackheads, whiteheads, acne, milia, papules, etc., and decreasing pore diameter. That makes it sound super harsh, like it can cut through anything. But because of this biphase technology that it uses, it makes it super gentle. I would go as far as saying that I have never used an exfoliant that hasn't triggered my skin in some way. Any AHAs I use, BHAs, my skin always gets a little bit red. I have rosacea. I stick to very minimal chemical exfoliants, but especially with salicylic acid and PHAs, gluconolactone, which is in here, my skin is absolutely fine. But with this exfoliant in particular, it feels like I'm using a toner. It is so gentle. I feel like I have to exfoliate less than I do usually because it feels way more effective than a lot of other liquid exfoliants I've used. And that's another thing, along with these exfoliants, they have these really amazing hydrating and moisturizing ingredients in that again makes it feel like I'm using a toner. I usually do find that when I use an exfoliant, I miss that hydration. We have squalane, glycerin, sodium hyaluronate in here as well. Again, all really nice hydrating and skin identical ingredients. It's just such an effective chemical exfoliant. It's pricey. It's very pricey, but I would say I find I'm using less of this than I would do, say, Paula's Choice, which is roughly half the price of this. I do feel like I get longer use out of it. Mask. Here is one you probably haven't heard me talk about at all. This is the Round Lab Birch Juice Wash Off Pack. I bought this when I went to Korea last year, actually. No, earlier on in the year? Last year. And this is more of a case of, right, I better crack this open and use it, otherwise it's going to go out of date, and I would have never used it. But I discovered Round Lab and their birch juice line when I was trying to avoid hyaluronic acid. They do actually have hyaluronic acid in them, these products anyway, but that's how I discovered the brand and absolutely fell in love with them. As the name suggests, this is a really, really moisturizing mask that you leave on for about 10-15 minutes. It's a creamy mask, so you could leave it on for half an hour if you like it's not going to dry out, and then gently rinse away. Birch sage extract, which is in here, is rich in amino acids, vitamins. This helps soften the skin, it helps calm redness. If you have a really dry little flaky bit on your face, this is going to help just moisturize that. And I probably shouldn't say this, but you can kind of like just rub away like the dying skin. It just kind of like flakes off, not even flakes off, just like rolls off because it's so well moisturized. We have allantoin and panthenol in here to help soothe the skin. And it does have like a cooling effect, you know, like any wash off kind of mask does. But we also have ascorbic acid and turmeric root extract to help brighten the skin. I love this one. It's one that I kind of was forced into using just because I didn't want to not use it and have to throw it away. But I actually really enjoy this. I very rarely do clay masks anymore. I do sheet masks a lot more now. I'm getting back into them, but I would always opt for a cream mask over any other type. The best toner, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I'm so predictable, is the Watermelon Glow PHA Pore Tight Toner from Glow Recipe. This, as I mentioned over and over, is not just my favorite toner of all time, it is probably my favorite product of all time ever. With watermelon, which is rich in antioxidants, we have betaine salicylate, so you get that really nice gentle exfoliation, a mix of betaine and salicylic acid. Polyhydroxy acids, a very nice gentle exfoliant. Cactus water, which you can smell. A lot of people say this smells like watermelon, but for me, it's more cactusy, which helps hydrate and moisturize the skin. Tea tree extract, which for me works wonders on soothing my skin and soothing redness. I absolutely love this. You know I love this. I talk about it all the time. Essence. Now, it's been a weird year for me for Essence because I think more than any other year, I've noticed the combination of toners and essences and serums kind of blending into one. When I wrote this script, I was only still just using Glow Recipe's new toner essence, and I feel like it came a little bit too late in the year for me to say it's the best of the year. Maybe next year you're going to see it more, but I absolutely love it though. I absolutely love it as a toner essence. But for the category of just essence, the only other essence I've used other than SK2 this year has to be the Astura Atobarrier Hydro Essence. Even then, I was using it more as a serum. Astura focuses on your skin barrier, the Atobarrier range in particular, restoring your skin barrier, reducing irritation. So of course we have ceramides in here, we have squalane, glycerin, and urea as well actually, that not a lot of people talk about, which is nicely moisturizing. But again, I always just use this as like an essence serum because of its healing abilities and the fact that it is quite thick. We'll move on swiftly because the essence category was kind of a no-go this year. Let's move on to serums. Now I had to pick 3 because I feel like we use so many different types of serums for different things that it's difficult just to choose one. So I picked 3, and probably my favorite of the year has to be the Ordinary Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. I've done a very recent video on this, and I have been trying it for ages. I'm on my 4th bottle now, because I use it twice a day, every single day. My skin loves it, my rosacea loves it, my skin barrier loves it. Now this contains some really nice ingredients that I think are kind of new for The Ordinary, including Centella asiatica, gingeroo extract, bisabol, then we've got niacinamide, vitamin B12, and ceramides. You will find these ingredients in many other skin barrier repairing creams, toners, essences, but there's something about this combination and this formulation that my skin just absolutely loves. It's extremely hydrating. It's kind of like a quick action serum that starts working within 2 hours according to the website. I didn't see results until like a week, but that's usually a lot quicker than when I usually see results. With serums in particular, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks, but within a week, I could see that the redness on my skin was going right down, and we were just hitting like a big weather change in the UK when my skin usually acts up. My second favorite serum, and again, I'm on my 4th bottle of this, is the Pomegranate Peptide Firming Serum from Glow Recipe. I'm obsessed with peptides this year, in particular copper tripeptides, not only to help moisturize the skin, help with the skin barrier, but to kind of increase that firmness in the skin. I'm not a heavy user of retinol. I know this is nothing like retinol, but when it comes to me, my anti-aging ingredient, or something that is going to help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, I'm opting for peptides. Of course, we have pomegranate in here. On the website, they say, and they use all parts of the pomegranate, including the oil, seeds, extract, and enzymes to provide strength and elasticity to the skin, to soften, soothe, and tighten the look of skin. I believe it's an antioxidant as well, and then hyaluronic acid in here. So it's a really good kind of like everyday use, morning, evening, helps hydrate, helps firm. And again, my skin just really enjoys this. I think for me, the hydration, the moisture of this serum is what keeps bringing me back to it. And the added benefit of peptides, which I hope at using as a preventative measure, I'll see the benefits of in, I don't know, like 5 years time. And the third serum makes an appearance every year is Experiment Super Saturated. This is a glycerin heavy, 30% glycerin serum. So we have 30% glycerin here, super hydrating. It's our choice of humectant along with polyglutamic acid, which experiments say is a high molecular weight ingredient, so it kind of delivers hydration on the surface of the skin for that dewy plump appearance. We also have prickly pear extract, which is one of my favorite ingredients of all time, helping moisturize the skin and keep your skin calm and soothed. We have niacinamide and allantoin as well. It's just, again, a great everyday use serum that when you just need that shot of hydration, that's going to give it to you. I would actually skip eye cream this year because I have just been bringing a lot of my moisturizers up to my eyes, which is fine. I know the ones that work for me are the ones that don't, but the only eye cream I've used this year is one that I can't talk about, which I haven't been for like 2 years. And then the other one is, of course, Glow Recipes Guava Vitamin C Bright Eye Gel Cream, which I personally love to use in the evening or if I'm going out somewhere because it has this slight reflective ability to it. But honestly, my eye cream of choice this year has been whatever moisturizer I'm using. And Tokobo do a really good one as well, but that's not because I'm like, oh my god, like eye creams are a scam. It's because I'm lazy. I've been really lazy this year when it comes to my skincare routine, whereas in other years I do every step and take it very seriously. This year I just feel like I've been in a constant rush. Moisturizers, on the other hand, have been a really tough one to choose from because I have loved like nearly everything. Glow Recipes, Plum Plump Hyaluronic Acid, one. Naturium's Niacinamide, Skin Rocks moisturizer. But a standout one for me that kind of saw me through most of the second half of the year is Build Skincare's Bee Cream. They describe this as a weightless, hydrating facial cream. And what they say on their website, they say, who knew basic could be so elegant? And I think that's what I love about it. It's just a moisturizer, but with so many benefits and in such a nice formulation that it's just my go-to. I'll just grab it every time because I'm like, you know what, this one, I like this one. My skin likes it. It does what it needs to do, but it just feels so good and basic is such a nice formulation. So they say that a simple blend of neutral emollients and humectants help to recharge the water levels in your skin. Glycerin attracts moisture to the skin, while Bee Cream's specially formulated lamellar gel structure mimics the skin's natural lipid layer to enhance penetration and retention of water in the deeper layers of skin. Whatever my skin is going through, whatever condition my skin is in, no matter what my skin feels like, dry or oily, this is the moisturizer for literally every single occasion and every single thing my skin is going through. It's a moisturizer I can rely on, fall back on, without any fear that my skin's going to react in a certain way to it. Not only react or how it feels, but how it looks. In the summer, it's not going to get greasy. In the winter, it's not enough for my skin when it gets drier. It's just in the middle of everything for me, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not one way or the other. It slots in perfectly everywhere, for every occasion, for everything. It's such a, I don't know how to say this without making it sound rubbish, but it's such a good basic cream that almost makes it perfect. We know perfection doesn't exist, but it almost makes it like better than a ton of moisturizers I use, you know, because you have your moisturizers for each separate occasion or how your skin's feeling. This is just an all-rounder. It's so basic that it's almost great. Do you know what I mean? Another moisturizer that I was like, I can't pick. I have to include this one. This is Prequel's Barrier Therapy Skin Protectant Cream. When I was gifted this, I saw that it was a face and body cream. I was like, ew, no. No, because I'm a millennial. I'm haunted by face and body washes, 7-in-1 body creams, 7-in-1 facial products, you know, like whatever shit Clearasil and Clean and Clear was selling to us back in the day. I have never used a face and body moisturizer that is perfect for both. So they say this is a skin protectant cream for the face and body that alleviates minor irritation and itchiness due to dryness and eczema flare-ups, formulated with potent blend of colloidal oatmeal, multi-ceramide blend, allantoin, and adenosine. This soothing cream absorbs easily and provides relief to dry, distressed skin. The ceramides, the oatmeal, the allantoin is just such a perfect combination for rosacea-prone skin, eczema-prone skin, easily irritated skin, skin that has been compromised in some way. The texture of this is hard to describe because, first of all, you put it on your face and you're like, this is too light. Like it's going to be too light for my body. You'll see from my usage clip that it just glides on. It's somehow hydrating yet thick enough to feel like you're using like a ceramide cream. It's so light that you're like, my body's not gonna lap this up, or like it's not thick enough for my body. And then you put it on your body and you're like, this is too heavy for my face. It's a really weird kind of experience. Like it just suits both perfectly. Once I finish my Astura and Ilione cream, which we're going to talk about next, I jumped on this one because it's huge. How much is it? 260 milliliters for $18 again. It's insane, the pricing here. And my skin just loves it. It's just, I don't know what it is with the products, especially the last 6 months of the year that I've been trying. My skin I do feel like rosacea-wise has transformed to the point where I can happily sit on camera without wearing a tinted sunscreen and any makeup, and I don't get asked what my redness is anymore. Like those comments about, why is your nose red? Why are your cheeks so red? I just barely get them anymore, and that just happens to coincide with using these new products. But again, Prequel is just a brand I'm so excited about to see what they've got coming up next. There's just something so intentional about this brand and what they're launching. So I mentioned Astura and Ilione. Full disclosure, I've done sponsorships with both this year. This is obviously out of the sponsorship, but their Ceramide Atto Concentrate Cream I think is pretty much the same thing as Astura's Atto Barrier Cream. Love them both. Again, a really nice ceramide packed moisturizer. The ceramides are delivered in these little capsules, which is supposedly supposed to help with enhanced penetration. So you really reap the benefits of those ceramides. And again, it's just a really nice cream that's perfect for those days where your skin does feel so much drier, or you've irritated your skin after experimenting with different skincare. Again, two of my go-to, mainly evening moisturizers. So I had to kind of pick 4 moisturizers this year. I couldn't pick just one. Sunscreen, again, I'm going to be very predictable here. This is the R&R Sun Serum from Undefined Beauty. The only tinted serum which is now available in 3 shades. 1, it suits my skin color perfectly. I put it on and it just looks like I have really nice skin. It's slightly tinted. When I wear this, people do ask if I'm wearing makeup, but I think because it's just such a nice light sheer coverage, more people are like, where's your rosacea gone? It's not full coverage in any way, but my skin does just look better because of that tint. It's a mineral sunscreen, so it doesn't sting my eyes in any way. Again, I've talked about this product to death, so I won't harbor on for too long, but it's just my go-to sunscreen all year round, all the time. Lip products, I'm gonna be honest, Rhode were really, really, really close. They were so close. If it wasn't for Naturium's Phyto Glow Lip Balm, comes in so many different colors now. What makes this better for me than Rhode is Rhode can be, in comparison, a little bit sticky, and you can kind of choke on the scented flavors of their products. Again, love their products. A very close second. Naturium's Phyto Glow lip balms have a lot more control to them. You can control where the product is going more. It stays in place. I think they're very lightly vanilla. I don't actually know. But you're not choking on that flavor. And also they're just a bit ahead as far as like the shades go. So they say that these are formulated with phyto-derived esters, shea, capucu butter, and plant squalane. This lip balm provides moisture and nourishment to the lips, available in clear and tinted shades. And what I like about these as well is they don't shift. They don't shift at all. They stay in place. They don't give you like that spaghetti lip, where you kind of like put it a little bit over and something like that. And they're the right consistency as well. They're not too light. They're not too thick. They transfer a little bit like any lip balm does, but more of like the balminess and not the tint. Rhode, I find myself applying a lot more than Naturium as well. I feel like I get my money's worth more with the Naturium Phyto lip balms. just because they stick around for a lot longer. When it comes to night masks, this might be a bit of a surprise, but I've gone from hating Laneige lip masks to like really, really loving them. I still hate the strawberry one. There's something about the strawberry one that I just think is absolutely shit. But I love their gummy bear lip mask. I have been using it non-stop in the tub as well as like the glowy tube. To look at, they're kind of basic. You have like your shea butter in here, wax esters, but this particular one comes with like an antioxidant berry mix, which I'll be honest, I don't care about. I just love the fake American berry, I call it like American grape flavor. And the way this really does just coat your lips in like a layer that you can go to bed with and wake up with, and your lips aren't crusty and dry. Let's move on to Beauty Tool. And again, I think third time in a year, this has to be Experiment's avant-garde reusable sheet mask. It's just that. It's just a reusable sheet mask that you can use with any serum that you want. Again, what I love about this is their newer versions. They have like elastic around the ears. They have a larger size. But their newer versions also kind of stick to your skin a lot more. So before, it would just kind of like cover your skin and it would lock in all that hydration. They were still amazing. But this version, with whatever serum you use, whether it's their own glycerin serum or My Glow Recipe Peptide, this creates almost like a seal around your face where it just sticks to the skin and effortlessly peels away. So I do feel like that enhances the penetration of those serums and enhances the glow that you're left with. What I usually hate about sheet masks is that if you want the benefits of the ingredients in the sheet mask, other than those instantly hydrating ones like hyaluronic acid, you have to carry on using those sheet masks for like, I don't know, a month. So it kind of feels like a waste of a sheet mask when you could just use a reusable one, pair it with whatever serums you're already loving. They recommend hydrating serums more, but you still get that glowy, dewy effect on your skin that you get from other sheet masks and that extra hydration. LED mask, I have talked about this one before, and this is probably the most money I've ever spent on anything related to skincare. This is the Dermalux Flex MD Light LED light therapy device at £1,895. As I said, an investment, but there is a story behind this. Where I go to get my Botox and filler, they offered us a free Dermalux LED light therapy session. It was new in their practice and they were like, do you want to give it a go? I was like, yeah. And they recommended, because of my rosacea, do near infrared light therapy, which is what one of the settings this has to offer. Having rosacea for like 2 years, I was very hesitant. I was like, this isn't going to do anything. And once I came out after like 30 minutes of being under the thing, they gave me a mirror. I was like, do you see a difference? I was like, yeah, I do actually see a difference, but maybe it's my eyes. Maybe I'm just like seeing things. That evening when I got home, there was such a significant difference between how my rosacea usually looks that time of day. Now, I was like, it's literally been 6 hours that this can't have happened. But when I look at the before and afters, the short time frame that these before and afters are set in and the huge difference that this light has made to people's skin, I do believe that I was seeing such a great, slightly immediate effect. Now, this isn't going to help with my skin barrier. This isn't going to help prevent future skin irritations from happening. But what this has done, the near infrared setting, has really, really reduced the redness in just what my skin looks like every day. The flushing that I get when I do flush, it doesn't feel as hot. It doesn't burn as much. It doesn't look as aggressive. And when you look at people who offer this service, there's so many amazing before and afters on skin conditions that are way more extreme than my mild rosacea. It's such an investment, but it really is for me something that has made the biggest difference to my rosacea. And I'd recommend finding somewhere that does this and getting this done if you can, or asking people for the services for Christmas or a birthday present. It's worth it. Let's talk about hair. So this is K18 Peptide Prep Detox Shampoo. I love my Head and Shoulders, but this has converted me, I'll be honest. They say that this is a color safe clarifying shampoo with skincare inspired ingredients plus microdosed with the patented K18 peptide to nourish hair while removing buildup for clean, healthy hair canvas. So they say it has a non-stripping lather to help So they say it has a non-stripping lather which helps to unclog hair follicles while banishing dirt, oils, silicones, and things left behind from heavy product buildup. So the idea behind this is that there's like a polypeptide chain which you find in the innermost layers of your hair, which are responsible for the strength of your hair and the elasticity. And these shampoos help kind of repair any damage that's caused by external aggressors, heat tools. And I don't know if the science behind this is rooted in anything, but whatever it does, it makes my hair feel so good. Their leave-in mask, their oils, their conditioners are so, so good. I'll be honest, I'm not fussed about hair product at all. Like, I'll use whatever shampoo I'm given, whatever conditioner, usually a Korean one actually. But there's something about this K18 that's just so good that makes it feel like I've had a professional treatment. Like, I hate when brands like, get professional treatment at home. But this makes it feel like I've paid good money to have my hair properly washed. I come out the shower like I've had a full treatment done to my hair. I absolutely love it. Speaking of shower, let's talk about my favorite body wash. This is Soltaire's body wash, in particular their Black Tide, the skin hydrating serum body wash. This contains microalgae and Brazil nut oils to intensely nourish while hyaluronic acid and squalane replenish essential nutrients for healthier looking skin. And that's just it. This feels like a serum, like a really thick serum that you're rubbing on your skin with an amazing scent that I've never smelt before, but somehow I recognize and love. It lavers up so nicely and doesn't leave your skin dry in any way whatsoever. This is one of those body washes that I step out the shower, I'm like, do I really need to moisturize? I still do, but I feel like my skin would be okay if I skipped it for that one shower. I really feel that's like down to the microalgae and the squalane, giving that moisture and hydration without like a sticky, greasy film. Let's talk about deodorant, and this is more kind of like a selection of deodorants, including Kosas's chemistry deodorant and Soltaire's serum deodorant. Now, this is because they both contain AHAs. I know a lot of people have been using the Ordinary's glycolic acid as an underarm deodorant to kind of help fight that bacteria, but my armpits are sensitive and I can't do that as often as I'd like to. So these deodorants with AHAs in that are formulated to be used on a daily basis with other ingredients really, really help combat that stinkiness that you can get from armpits. Whilst also evening out the skin tone under there. The Kosas one in particular I really, really like. It has shikimic acid, which is a natural deodorizer, mandelic acid to help with discoloration, lactic acid to exfoliate, pure aloe vera juice to help soothe and calm the skin and moisturize, hyaluronic acid to hydrate, and then we have peptides in there as well. Now, I don't sweat under my armpits that much. I wouldn't say that these are the greatest for like an antiperspirant effect. But as far as the scent goes and keeping you smelling fresh, these are so, so good. The Kosas comes in two very, very lightweight, like roll-on deodorants. And I believe the Soltaire ones come in different fragrances and a non-fragrance as well. I want to talk about beards really quick. So if there's somebody in your life who has a beard or you have a beard, I want to point you in the direction of the Groomed Man Co. I'm not about for men's skincare, but the Groomed Man Co. creates skincare for men that you would be happy to look at in your bathroom. No, they're not blue with like a red stripe on them or gunmetal with, I don't know, minty green on. Think Aesop, but a little bit more like modern and less apothecary. And one of my favorite products from them is the Coca-Cola Beard Balm. I have the Coca-Cola Beard Oil as well. Now, this is a blend of sweet orange, lemon, lime, neroli, cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise, and coriander. And it really smells like cola, not Coca-Cola, but cola. There's babasu seed oil, and it's the perfect like non-greasy lightweight balm to just kind of like smooth everything down, make you smell nice, and also use on like bits of your body where you are a little bit drier as well. That's why I picked this over the oil, because for me, I use this as like a bit of like a multi-purpose. When it comes to fragrance, I have been loving Diptyque's L'Eau Papier. This is a white musk, mimosa, blonde woods accord, rice steam accord fragrance. I don't know how to describe it. But it smells like a young teacher who has a lot of money is what it smells like. And I just find that this is the perfect kind of fragrance for just day bits if you're seeing people during the day, but it's also like musky enough to take you into the evening. So it's got like this lightness to it, but also deepness to it that makes it feel like the perfect kind of like all-purpose fragrance. It smells like a book that's been left in like a men's locker room. No, it's not how to explain it. It's like musky, papery. I don't know, go and sniff it. I don't have time for this. Okay, let's finish on my favorite brand to work with throughout this year, and that has to be Space NK. Obviously, full disclosure, I've worked with them. That's the whole point of this segment. What I love about Space NK is not only Space NK, the variety that they have in their store, and the fact that, let's be honest, it's better than Sephora. I know I've worked with Sephora as well, but not only in Space NK do you have your really high-end, luxurious skincare products, but they sell brands like Bio Aroma and The Ordinary. So it really is a one-stop shop for body care, gifts, fragrance, makeup, skincare at all different levels of price. Now, working with brands can sometimes be difficult, especially when the briefs are not really something you'd do or you don't really like the other people they've worked with before. But what I love about Space NK is they really truly seem to opt for influencers who do have a connection to the brand itself. Usually it's the other way around. A brand would approach you and you create that connection by trying their products or building a relationship with them. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Space NK seem to be very good at picking such a full range of different types of people from different types of backgrounds who fit the brand perfectly. And that's only because they truly love Space NK. From my personal opinion, they don't have an agenda of like who they should be picking, who they should be working with, because it comes so naturally to them. And it's so natural for Space NK to have a following of such a huge difference in demographics, people, races, genders, sexualities, everything. And I definitely saw that when I went on my pretty much first brand trip with Space NK when I went to LA. I do not do brand trips. I do not. I am terrified of having to spend a week with people I hate because I'm not the best person. You know, my face shows a lot. I'm very expressive, but the reason I went on this trip is because I know the team at Space NK know people. They only work with good, nice people. And I'm not saying that's me, but I went with some of the most amazing content creators who I learned so much from. Such a diverse group of people, but such amazing, lovely people who we had the best time with. When it comes to working with Space NK and the briefs they give us, it's seamless because they've picked the right people to work with, and that makes my job a whole lot easier. How my brand fits in with their brand, it just fits perfectly. You know, unlike a lot of other brands and companies I've worked with, I'm not just a part of a checklist that they can throw any old brief at and expect me to want to do. I have a real relationship with this brand, the people behind the brand, and the work that they want to do and that I enjoy doing with them. We can now say that Space NK has an award-winning team to work with, and I think it's obvious through not only the content that they're producing, the brands that they're working with, the growth that Space NK are experiencing, but also the events they're putting on, the people wanting to work with them. You know, influencers want to work with them now because they're just such a breath of fresh air when it comes to a big brand to work with. So I've been really, really lucky to work with Space NK a few times throughout this year. Through them, got to meet some amazing brand founders, had some amazing opportunities to speak to the Elbers, Kate Somerville, the founder of COSAS, like so many experiences with Space NK that I'm so grateful for, that feel genuine to what I do as well and what I want to do as an influencer. So yes, Space NK, if you want an influencer and they ask to work with you, fucking do it. But there we go. Those are my awards of 2023. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know your honest opinions on any of the brands and products I've talked about today. And I guess I'll see you next year. No, I've got like 5 more videos this year. I'll see you soon. Bye.